Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis of updated commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it. If you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com, where I dive deeper into all these topics and subjects looking for potential investment opportunities and sharing them with everyone in the community. I will be releasing a midweek update here soon. You guys can view that on the website for Wednesday. And that's where I go over all the individual companies that I'm following and the ones that I'm looking at for potential purchase or ones that have good setups. We have special as a coupon code that's active at this time. If you'd like further savings, type in special for either the monthly or yearly membership. All right, let's dive in, take a look, see what's going on today. Looking at the DXY, we're getting a little bit of a bounce here. We had a little bit of weakness starting at this bearish engulfing candlestick, pulled on back, and now we have a bullish piercing candlestick that showed up today. A piercing candlestick indicates that we could potentially have bottomed. Look at it from this perspective, downtrend line bottoming and potentially moving higher. This kind of could be kind of like a double bottom that we could reverse on higher from. We've got the 2-year yield and 210 and 30 are all up today. So dollar strength 0.56%, the 2 years up 0.41, up against a little bit of resistance that we've got going on there. We've got the 10-year up 0.18, not a lot here. The 30 years up 0.2. Now, longer end of the curve, this could still roll over if it decides to, but that hasn't done that yet. And the 2-year, we're right up against resistance, so we're right underneath. So we'll see where these things go over the next few trading sessions. We did fall here, these two candlesticks there, and we've had a smaller bounce. It's very possible that these could roll over and get lower yields out here in the near term. PLT bond prices are slightly lower, down 0.16. Momentum is still to the downside from the longer, bigger picture view. The 2 and the 10-year yield, I have this going upward. Reason I have it going upward is that these are all big green candlesticks with small reds in between. To me, it looks like we could still bust to the upside and invert the curve, where the 2-year stays more resilient than the 10-year, so to speak. We got TYX, TNX ratio slightly lower, which is a headwind for gold. We've got stronger dollar in this inverting, which is a headwind for gold. Gold is down $21, $22 an ounce. You can kind of draw this like this, perhaps. We're still in this pattern right as we speak. This still looks good to go higher with time, but right now we're hitting some resistance. Silver up 0.05%, getting that little down candlestick, so to speak, today. Got a little bit of resistance coming through here. We're trying to break out. We also have sideways resistance coming across here at about $35-ish. That's what we want to break. Got a little bit of resistance on top of us. We just have a pause candlestick. Everything still looks fine for it to try to work its way on up if it tries to do it. Platinum up 1%, still sitting on top of the pattern. Looks good to go higher. Palladium up 3%, looking good to go higher. Pretty solid candlesticks here. We had a consolidation back into opening and closing prices right into this candlestick here, and then we launched higher off that. XAU to gold ratio up 0.5%, where GDX, GDXJ, and some of these other ones are outperforming gold itself. Gold was down today, so it could also outperform with those going down. It just went down less. At least XAU did. So gold was down 0.65%. XAU was down less than that. We have a huge runway ahead of us for this to go up, and it looks very good for gold and silver mining companies to outperform gold here in the immediate term. GDX is down 1.3%. Still looks good to go higher. We were just a regular down candlestick. GDXJ still looks good to go higher. Nothing different there. And SILJ was up 1.11. Still looks good to go higher. They all look fantastic to move on up. Crude oil up 1.31%. We're right underneath some resistance. Horizontal line going across there is that resistance that we are trying to break out of. We've got TTF gas up 2.6, looking good to continue higher. We've broken out of a falling wedge. That's what makes me think we're going to go up, low, higher, low. Then we've got a high basically right here. We've got natural gas in America up 1%, right underneath the longer term trend line that we're trying to break out of. If we can break through that, I think we could see a run. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, up 2%, starting to break through its downtrend, looking good to go higher. More longer term though, this is the pattern flipped. This pattern here flipped over is this pattern here, and it looks almost identical to what could happen in the future with this coming on up. OIH up 3.25%, pretty strong day today, bouncing off support, looking good to go higher. We don't have a ton of selling pressure over here. Small red candlesticks, and then the big greens are starting to show up. Generally indicates that buyers are stepping back in to the market here. Your turning point candlestick is this turning point candlestick right there. Newcastle coal futures are down 0.5%, right on top of support. The support region right where we're at. Still looks good to go higher, as you can look at this as kind of a consolidation. Prop Physical Uranium Trust up 2.5%. Not a reversal candlestick, but it is up today. Momentum is still to the downside at this moment. Uranium tracking sideways for futures. Still looks okay to move higher. URA, this is the equities. The equities are getting a lot of positioning here. We're up 2.7% up against resistance. This thing looks like we could see an explosive move to the upside for URA, which is the equities for uranium. It's right underneath. It looks absolutely stunning here if we can break out. URANIUM up 5.27%. This is a consolidation I've got here. So sideways to slightly down. And that's right where we're at. We could see an explosive upward move here if things were to get heated up. And then URNJ, another explosive move up 7.3% at support. Right on top of support. So if we can get the buyers to step in here, we could see an explosive move upwards. And that's what this is indicating, an upward trajectory. Nickel up 0.42, but still consolidating. I don't see the pattern yet where we're going to explode higher. It doesn't mean we get that pattern though. We might not get a big bullish engulfing, bullish piercing. We may not get that. It is looking more bullish as time grinds on because we don't have the selling pressure here either. So the sellers, we're grinding through sellers down here. Copper slightly higher, 0.06%, still looks good to go up. We're on top of patterns. We're on top of consolidation breakout. COPX up 0.33. We're trying to get away from this consolidation. So here's the consolidation here. Then we want to break out of it. And we're right sitting on top of potential breakout here. Lithium up 1.06%, looking okay. We're on top of pattern here. We're right on support. This looks like we could potentially go. We don't, if the sellers were going to push it, why didn't they push it here? Big reversal candlestick. So it makes me think that we could head on higher at some point here. REMX up 2%. Again, I think we're going to go higher, very similar to lithium. A lot of the lithium companies are shared in the REMX ETF. Iron ore up 1.15. And again, we've been squeezing into this corner and we're looking for a move up. And again, we could dive like that and get a false breakdown and get people scared out. The reason I'm bullish on iron ore and think it's going to go higher is because a lot of other commodities are all breaking higher. Copper, other base metals. Aluminum, flat today. This one looks a little bit more bearish than the other ones, but we're in a pattern here, which is an inverted flag pattern that could still dive lower. Baltic Dry Index up 0.28%, breaking out of this a little bit, and we'll see if we can get some upward momentum being generated here. It looks pretty solid. We're seeing smaller selling pressure with the larger green candlesticks. Emerging markets up 0.24%. This is a flag pattern that's developing. It looks bullish to go higher. We're just waiting for a weaker dollar. Mu down 0.27%, chopping sideways, but we are trying to break to the upside here, and it looks good. Move on higher. Gary up 1.58%, looking putting in the bullish engulfing, looks good to go higher. Not much selling pressure in there. XHB up 1.73%, bullish engulfing into this is a falling wedge where we could start to move higher. We got a bullish engulfing candlestick, up, up, up. Russell 2000 up 1.59, starting to break the inverted shoulder, head, shoulder, and break out of it on the neckline, looking good. S&P 500 working its way on up, looking good. Got the arrows all pointed higher. We've got NASDAQ up 0.81%, looking good to go higher, higher, higher. SMCI looks like we could try to break higher here. We got a bullish engulfing yesterday. Looks good to move on up. This is a double bottom pattern. NVIDIA up 2.93%, looking good to move on higher. We've got Bitcoin up 1%, right at support. Still looks good to move on up. This could be an inverted flag pattern, but it's got to have follow through because we're right at support. Ethereum up 0.44, squeezing up in the pattern. Still looks good to go higher. MicroStrategy up 4%. I took that off because it looked like it was turning. That does look like we're getting some follow through, maybe to the upside. Looks okay. And then the VIX is down 3.6%. As these go up, the volatility generally goes down. But that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the website. I've got that midweek update being released. Specials, the coupon code if you'd like to join. We've got a Saturday question and answer session coming up this weekend out in the future. But that's all I've got for today. So we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.